Anwar,
I'm Keith,
and welcome to the War Room.
where we're gonna talk about sports and why I am fucking pissed off.
You pissed?
Yes.
About what, buddy?
I was pissed about a certain someone.
Hmm.
I will say his name once, and then he will be referred to as what he is, which is shit.
Okay.
Jay Cutler.
Yeah. That should be his name.
He's shit.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
And in his debut game, I know a lot of people, he looked, he had his held up high, and he had different body language, which is great.
Right.
Guess what? He was still shit.
So it
Because he is shit. I'll go over his stats.
Who did he play?
They played Baltimore.
Okay, yeah, so he's going to have a really tough time.
They played Baltimore.
Right.
He was 3 for 6 for 24 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in shit's case, he was mostly of a no-huddle tempo, but he did have one shining play. 3rd and 16.
Okay.
He throws deep to Devontae Parker. What was a 31-yard game?
Good play.
But one of the linebackers was holding, so it didn't even fucking
the lineman was holding for Cutler? Oh,
yeah.
Son, so.
Yeah.
Because I saw...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
He's shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw shit. A little bit of that. I was halfway paying attention because it doesn't matter. Yeah, he didn't do much at all.
You know why he didn't do much?
Because he's shit.
Yeah.
But this is what you wanted, Miami. You wanted Cutler. You gave him $10 million. You could have my man Kaepernick, but that's another story.
You wanted somebody to be shit, and you're getting $10 million for shit.
You overpaid.
Yeah.
And that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You fucking suck.
Yeah. It's a good gripe.
Yeah.
But we knew he sucked.
Oh, yeah.
He was garbage in Chicago.
Yeah, he was shit then.
I thought
He's shit now.
I thought it was
He'll
funny.
always be shit.
Always. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Dead on. Good gripe. Now, my gripe, and I hate to be this guy, but the Lions preseason, game 2, playing the Jets, home debut. And for those of you that aren't aware of what's been going on in Detroit, they just put $150 million in the Ford Field with all these new renovations, adding premium seating, more luxurious experience, upscale amenities in the general areas, enhancing the corner bar, making the video board bigger and HD, better Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi was god-awful last year. So they're just trying to step it up. They got a new uniform, going back to the Silver Crush and Honolulu Blue tradition with the new uniforms. And we got 4 new uniforms. So we got the throwback, the home, the way, and we got a color rush. So I'm expecting with this home debut, Lions come out, hopefully a new uniform of some sort. What do? We come out in the same uniform we had on last week. So that kind of bothered me. I mean, this is a momentous occasion. I know it's preseason, but come out in the all white or the white and blue joints, or the gray one would have been nice, because we're not going to wear those jerseys that much anyways. We're not, we're real plain Jane when it comes to our whole setup. But I thought, that would have been pretty dope to come out with something else. And that kind of bothered me. But aside from that, I thought they looked pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I thought they looked good. Defense, Jared Davis started off the game strong. Got in, made the tackle.
Yep.
With the defense, the only thing is when it's a close turnover, we gotta make some plays. Like, the ball's up in there, gotta catch it. Fumble, gotta get it.
Yep.
Like, last year we were really bad at that.
Really
so
bad.
this year we gotta really clean that shit up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off what you said, coming out in that first series, setting the tone, like you said, Jared comes in, shoots the gap, makes a tackle. Zettel's solid on the run defense. And then Cornelius Washington comes strong side. Hagenberg didn't even look his way and gets blindsided. Ball gets knocked out. We got to pick that ball up.
Oh, yeah.
There was 3 different times that I noticed in the game. My man GQ had one. And then there was another play later on in the game. Well, we did have one in the back of the end zone. That was a great play. But we've got to capitalize on all those. And I was watching the game. Chris Billman made a great point that I know it's preseason, But these are the things you got to correct now, so that doesn't become a part of your mental, I guess, attribute, or you just don't want it to become a pattern. Because, like you said, we were shit last year when it came to the turnovers. But the pass rush looked good. I think we played a solid game. Once again, the metric being the Jets, it's hard to really get a real gauge because they're going to be god awful. It's crazy. Like you said, I wish we would have scored more points. But you look at that team, they keep talking about that they possibly could tank. And I see some similarities as far as like them not being able to put up points and possibly losing every game. But that defense is really good. If you look at what's on that other side of the ball, they were all over the place.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
They got a nice core. Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson, Leonard Williams was out there. Jamal Adams was making some plays. Darren Lee. So I like some of the players they have, but I like what Detroit did. Detroit looks solid on offense. Stafford looks strong, 8 of 10, 84 yards, a touchdown. Throwing it as Wilkerson's going to hit him. Thought Galladay was going to do some stuff, but it's fine. I mean, it's preseason. He did enough last week. I think they're just trying to, because they know he's going to be a vital piece. I feel like they're starting to treat him like a starter. Like, we'll get him some reps, but we don't really want him out there until it's crunch time. Yeah, but I like what the team did.
Yeah, offensive line, protecting Stafford, looking good. TJ Lane, Wagner, looking nice.
Yes.
TJ did miss that, that help on the block. But
with the left hand.
Yeah,
right.
left hand. But other than that, the line held up great, which is, usually it doesn't. So
no, Greg looked good. Greg looks like he's going to be an absolute steal.
Yeah.
2nd round pick from St. Louis. We get him for a 6th round pick. And I like how they utilize him because apparently he's an athletic left tackle, so they get him out of space and able to run and kind of push guys out of the way. Looks like it's going to bode well for him. Yeah, I like the offense. Like I said, Stafford came out strong. We're just trying to go through the motions, I think, right now. Tighten up anything that's loose with the team. It's just all a formality right now. Next week's going to be a test, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a metric. It's going to be the 3rd game of the preseason. We're going to have to really bring it, even though it's, preseason, it's in England. They're going to come out. Those guys are going to play most of the game. Probably, I expect everybody to play to at least halftime or close to halftime. They've always been a team that gave us trouble in the past. So it'd be nice to, if we don't beat them, keep it close, be able to make some plays, really just be able to show that we can compete on this level because we got to take it to the next level. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. You're 2-0. It looks like everybody's sharp. And what I did notice that I thought was pretty solid, I'm liking what Terrell Austin, is doing with these schemes. I know we want to keep it vanilla. We don't want to give too much of our game plan. But I saw different points in the game where we had our nickel and our dime quarters, and our even with Killebrew being a safety linebacker hybrid, we've been running these different schemes where these guys are kind of interchangeable as far as being you got Quandre playing linebacker, you got Killebrew coming up. Guys are doing all these different sets to create some confusion. I really like what we got with our hybrid. We're showing our versatility in the defense.
Usually, like I said, it seems like we're just one-trick ponies sometimes.
Absolutely.
Like we're just doing the same defense over and over and over and not getting anywhere.
Right.
So seeing that, another thing that I noticed, what mostly every team did game 2, starting quarterback comes in, scores, then he's out, which is, pretty much game situation.
Right.
Starting quarterback's in, he scores, he gets hurt, you bring in, the second guy. I don't think the backup quarterbacks, like if something happens to Stafford, I just feel like it's over for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it shouldn't be like that. Like, at least have our, second string be decent enough to win a couple games. I don't. He probably, if not going to say if he gets hurt, he'll probably win us like 1 or 2 games. And we're gonna need way more.
And you think about it, he got hurt last year, and thankfully, the injury he was able to play through, but we know he wasn't the same. Mm-hmm. So not having that depth, I think Rudock is okay, but to your point, getting the Jace Billingley's and getting these other guys, Michael Roberts and T.J. Jones, some reps, along with the quarterback, maybe getting incorporating Kai. I don't know how many quarterbacks we're going to end up keeping. But, yeah, we're going to have to make sure that those guys can at least weather the storm. Because there was a couple shots that I seen in that game that I didn't like. Like you said, with Lang missing that block, Stafford takes a hit. Then there was another one where I think it was Wilkerson pulled him down, and I didn't like how he had him bent up. It looked like, could have compromised his knee. We can't afford to lose Stafford. And he's a, phenomenal quarterback. He's our franchise. But, like you said, with us not having backup plans and things that can carry the load regardless, we are kind of a one-trick pony, and it's all predicated on Stafford. So we're going to have to do everything possible to keep him upright. And I like that Quinn did address the offensive line. Lang did look really good. Oh, yeah. Wagner's obviously one of the best right tackles. They said something about he's had 40 starts and he's only gave up 7 sacks in his career. Yeah. TJ Lang has had like almost 100. He's only gave up 27. And it looked like they were going to play them on that side. Mm-hmm. They keep that side locked up and we keep him upright, the sky's the limit for our team.
Oh, yeah. This is I think they're going to do when the season starts. Well, I hope they do better, than at least 9-7. We got to do better than 9-7.
We got to do 11-5. And I've said that before. What do you think about the run game? Are you concerned about it? You think it's going to be enough?
It'll be enough, but it won't be great. I think it'll be just enough to get us by, gain some yardage, get down the field, but I don't think it'll be over the top.
Who's going to be our guy? Is it going to be Abdullah? Will he be able to stay on the field?
I think it'll be Abdullah. Abdullah's going to be our guy just because of his speed. The only thing that worries me about him is, we send him up the middle,
right?
And he's not that big. He's not that.
He has fumbling issues.
Yeah, he has fumbling issues. I'd rather send him, outside. Cut, gain some yardage, but
that's why I question if he's the number one in that regard. I think if we could almost kind of do a dual threat with him and Riddick, maybe on opposite sides, you got to have him in space, like you said. That's always been kind of our issue. We keep trying to run him up the middle and through the gutter, what have you. And it's just he's not that type of guy. He's not going to be able to sustain that kind of punishment. So behind him, I like what we have with center. As long as we set our blocks, and I feel like he's a player or two away from finally breaking one. And then it's going to be like, okay, all right, this is what I have to do to take that next step. Because I think he's a solid running back. He's definitely a great complementary back. He's one of the better pass protecting backs in the league. He can catch out of the backfield. But it'd be nice to have that number one. Because I don't think Dwayne Washington is the guy. I like him, but I don't ever see him being a guy that's going to be a home run hitter. Asiata's not going to be that guy. There was one play where they're going to the right, and he, the guy's coming to set the block. It'll be like the guard will come to the other side or whatever. And he did a cutback, and there wasn't any hole. And if he would have just committed to the flow of where they were going with the run play, he would have had a solid hole there. So, but he's been a solid guy at best in Minnesota. I think he's going to be more of a short distance, getting in the end zone guy. But we're going to need somebody to break a 40, 50, 60, 70-yard play to really make people respect us. And we just still haven't had that guy. We haven't addressed it. So with us not having a real clear number one, and if we're going to keep Abdullah out there, he's going to have to almost not really he's going to have to become a different type of running back. And I don't think that's going to be effective enough, still not having a real viable threat back there.
Yeah, like I said, he's not that strong, so don't really send him. If you're going to go in the middle, I'd rather send, Riddick in.
Yeah, Zenner.
Yeah, Zenner.
Washington, but it's not going to be enough. But I think if we can put up enough points because of Stafford and our receiving core, thank God it's a passing league first and foremost. So if we can get in, score a lot of points, and our defense can make plays, get a pass rush, convert when there are turnover opportunities, we're a tough team. Mm-hmm. So and I think with the way the wave is right now with the NFL, with guys regressing, guys losing pieces. Aaron Rodgers losing his offensive line. We have his favorite lineman now. Yeah. Shout out to TJ Lang. Side note, from Eastern Michigan. Went to Brother Rice. Hometown guy. So I'm loving that he's here. He's one of the best. Was he a left guard?
Yeah.
Right guard, I'm sorry. In the league. So that was dope. I think you're right. I don't know. But, yeah, so shout out to him coming back home. So that's huge. That's a Denton and Aaron Rodgers pass protection. So now we might have an opportunity to really wreak some havoc and really mess his whole game up. Chicago's not where they need to be, and Minnesota's having issues at quarterback. So right now, it's really up for grabs for us to be that team. We got to take the right steps. So, but we're looking good though. I think, and I'm happy. We won the game.
Like, in our schedule, if we can beat the Packers twice, we're winning this division.
Yeah.
Easy.
At least once.
Yeah. At least once. If we beat them twice, definitely we won the division.
Yes. Yeah. I do think so too. So yeah, overall, I'm satisfied. Lions got the win, and now we're on New England, and we'll discuss that at a later date. But in other NFL news, you were telling me about, we got a little conflict right now in the NFLPA and the NFL. Now, I haven't done any of my research, but I know you've been doing a little investigating. What do you know about that whole situation? What's that?
So basically, it's over Zeke. You know, the whole issue, you know, with the girl. And NFL, they sent this statement out. I'll read it to you. Over the past few days, we've received multiple reports of the NFLPA spreading derogatory information to the media about the victim in the Ezekiel Elliott discipline case. It's a common tactic to prove the innocence of the accused by discrediting the victim. In this case, Ms. Thompson, when coming forward to report such abuse, common or not, these tactics are shameful efforts to shame the blamed victims. And basically, because it's so long,
right.
They're basically saying the NFLPA are just blaming, you know, the victim and not Zeke about what he did. Now, the NFLPA, of course, they came out with a statement themselves. The public statement issued on behalf of every NFL owner is a lie. The NFLPA categorically denies the accusations made in this statement. We know the league office has a history of being exposed for its lack of credibility. This is another example of the NFL's hypocrisy on display.
Wow. So, because when you said the one statement about what the NFLPA says, and I know that's their union, why would they try to defamate Zeke's character? So it just sounds like the NFL falsified some type of statement.
Their statement. Okay. This is they say this is a sideshow from their failings in dealing with such serious issues. They should be ashamed for stooping to new lows.
Yeah, this is a low. This is definitely a low. Because it sounds like you're just making up some type of statement. You're literally speaking for the NFLPA. Wow, they're really pulling out all the stops. Because, he shouldn't get 6 games. Mm-hmm. Granted, I think that they are trying to make an example of him and trying to show them that they're not playing with him. And look, we will drop the hammer on you, so you're going to have to really tighten up your act. But this is an incredible witness. Technically, it doesn't look good to have that kind of label on you and this possibly happening because we really don't know. But the fact that they can't find any real evidence, he technically hasn't done anything wrong, but yet still he's getting 6 games. And in light of how the NFL has been with other players, like he said, with the whole walking hypocrisy and, the disgraceful stuff that they've done, I don't think this bodes well for the NFL if it does come out that they were trying to slander his character on this kind of level. That's crazy. Yeah, that's going to get ugly. I don't think he does 6 games, like I've said before. I was talking to my man about it. He said probably 2 to 4, and that's the same thing I said. Because I think they're just playing a role right now. Yeah. We're going to make it seem like we're dropping the hammer, but they know he's too violent with what they have going on, and they really don't care, like you said before, about these victims because the NFL's still going to go on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah. My whole thing, of course, I'm going to side with the NFLPA because basically what the NFL said, they shouldn't call her out on, the lying, the text messages they found. And then you have to think on the other side, there's no video of this. There's no, hardcore evidence that Zeke, not saying that he didn't, but there is no hardcore evidence that he hit her. So he should have the right to defend himself.
Absolutely.
And the NFLPA should defend him as well. I mean, it's not the Ray Rice case. We got him on video punching, his wife or anything like that. There is no hardcore evidence. He has to, because after this is all done, even let's say he does get 4 games, he's gonna be seen as a woman abuser.
That's what I'm saying. Slander of character. Absolutely. He's gonna have to deal
So
with
he
it.
has to defend himself in this.
Yes.
And the NFLPA, they're just defending him. I don't see how, I don't think they're not blaming the victim by, saying she did lie. She does have those text messages. So what is the big deal here? I don't get it. I think they're just trying to the NFL is just trying to justify what they're doing to Zeke.
Yeah. And they're just pulling out all the stops.
Oh yeah.
This whole thing with the NFL, I don't know if it's the whole Goodell regime. Maybe it is. I was so young when Tagliabue was out, and I didn't really pay attention to some of the stuff that was going on when it was his tenure. But it has been pretty messy since Goodell has been there. I know he's tried to make some strides, and he's done some phenomenal things to take the NFL business entity to the next level. But as far as his moral code and how he's handled a lot of these situations, they've dropped the ball in so many cases.
But you know who's to blame?
Who?
It's the owners. Article 46 and that, how they negotiated, they gave Roger Goodell absolute power. Article 46 says, like I said, Article 46 says, even if, the law doesn't find you, you don't get punished by the law, you can still get punished by him.
Yes.
So,
judge, jury, and execution.
Yeah. So this is kind of what the owners, brought upon themselves. I think the only person that didn't, they voted on it. 31 teams, agreed. The only team that didn't was the Steelers. So
right, that was the only one because I guess Ryan Clark was affiliated with that. And if you look at that whole situation, the NFL Players Association allowed this control to be put in place. So when it's really all said and done, they really can't complain. Yeah. They know what they should have known what they were getting themselves into, and now here we are. Where ultimately, that I feel like that's why that is on the back end where my concern is, where he could do 6 games because Goodell has all the control, and I'm very aware of that. But I think on the revenue aspect, they're not going to do that. They're going to play the role with this because ultimately, I don't think he really cares. But you putting him in a position where he can dictate this doesn't bode well for you at all.
Oh yeah, so I think they brought this on the owners brought this on themselves because it was okay. When it was Tom Brady, nobody really had much to say. It was like, okay, well, whatever. Right. Now you mess with Jerry Jones, and it's like, hold on, wait, there's nothing there, So, hey, it's on the owners. I don't think giving him absolute power was a good idea. No. And as far as, like I said, with Zeke, he does have the right to defend himself. This kid, stay with him for the rest of his life.
Do you think his suspension changes? Or because of now that we're having, as these findings start to come out, do you think it's going to bode well for him? How do you think it plays out now that we're getting more evidence?
I think it'll play out in his favor because I think the text messages, I think that'll be big in her. Stories not ending up will be big, but like I said, he really has to get this clear because this is his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want that stigma with you.
I don't think Roger Goodell is even going to be a part of like the appeal process. He basically 6 games and left. He's not even really standing by.
Right.
Kind of.
The whole process.
When he was against Tom Brady, he was through the.
He was through the whole proceeding.
Yeah.
Right.
He was there. Standing by. Like, no, you knew these balls were deflated. You did this. You're going to be suspended 4 games. He's not doing it this time.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks for the NFL season. We'll have to wait and see.
And Zeke's appeal date is August 29th.
Okay, so a couple weeks away.
9 days.
And it's just going to be interesting. I hope it bodes well. He's on my fantasy team, side note. But, yeah, on the other things, I just saw somewhere that Ric Flair is doing a lot better. For those of you that haven't been aware of what's going on with Ric Flair, he was in a coma, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He was starting to have some major health issues, and he's doing better now, so that's good to hear that. And I hope that he can continue to make strides and at least just have a quality of life. Like, don't even get back in the ring, Rick. Like, just sit down, been in the game a long time, get yourself all the way healthy, and just try to enjoy yourself, or try to be on some level where you're all the way behind the scenes if you really don't want to get out of wrestling, because he's a pivotal part of the whole wrestling empire and the history of the game. And more. I mean, as far as other cultures and whatnot. So it's good to hear that he's doing better because it wasn't bold a lot. They were saying he was having some major internal issues,
organ failure and stuff like that. Yeah, he's awake, communicating, and he's progressing. So thank God.
Yep.
Ric Flair's still here.
Yep.
Woo!
Woo! Shout out to Rick, man. Hold your head. Just keep holding on and take care of yourself, man. Absolutely. Another side note.
Yep.
See that Dave East just dropped.
Oh yeah.
Like that album.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
You've been banging it all day, huh?
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite track?
My favorite track is Paranoia and Maneuver.
With Jeezy? Yeah.
Yeah. And I like Maneuver
French Montana?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's got a lot of skits on this album. I haven't seen an album with a ton of skits since the early 2000s, so that was kind of cool. I like the one where he had his little baby talking in the mic, and that was kind of cool. That was pretty dope. I really like Paranoia. That's my favorite track. That's what I've been banging. And the phone jumping track with Wiz is solid.
Yeah, you know where that the beat came from? Is that old Busta Rhymes song?
Yes, absolutely.
I used to love that song when I was a kid. So when I heard that, give me some more.
Yeah, he did that, and then he had an interlude with that girl Jazzy when he took the song from Total Kissing You.
Yep.
So yeah, he tried to go, kind of I don't want to say old school, but I guess theoretically almost the 90s are old school now. It's crazy. I don't even feel that old, but the 90s are technically old school. So he tried to take a new twist with it. But I like the album. It's pretty dope. Like I said, he's got a lot of skits and only 13 tracks. So, but it's a solid work. I think Dave East is dope. He's one of the best East Coast rappers in the game in general, but especially coming out of New York, because they always say New York has fell off, and now it's coming out of the South or whatever. So that's dope to see David West dropping a new album. Another guy I've been banging. I don't know, no homo. That was awesome. My man from Money Power Respect with my homeboy Hood Rich Pablo Juan and Drug Rich. Been banging this new mixtape by my man Marqo Too Fresh. He's a part of the Money Power Respect movement, and he dropped a new mixtape that I like. It's called Trap Star Rockstar. I've been playing that non-stop. Got a couple tracks on there. Bad Boys, Death to Clones, another one. He's got a track on World Star called Lines. That's a dope track. Menace to Society is a banger. Murder Ray with my man Man Savage. Then he's got one with Drug Rich Peso called Drug Star. So I've been banging that one real heavy right now. So I'm really fucking with Money Power Respect and they whole little movement, they whole camp. They got a lot of heat coming out of there, out of that Zone 6. So shout out to my man Marqo Too Fresh. So yeah, that's the kind of the new music that I've been listening to. I'm liking both of those right now. I
also want to give a shout out to Pee Wee Longway. He dropped Women M3.
Yes.
This is I
gotta listen to it. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I haven't really listened to it, but I've seen a lot of people posting it. Yeah. So I gave it a shot. I liked it. I like Re-Rock, Gelato featuring Young Dolph, and I like Sleeping on the Kilo with Offset.
Yeah.
So.
Re-Rock is on World Star. And, on a quick side note, shout out to Pee Wee Long, because if it wasn't for me listening to Pee Wee Long, that Blue Eminem 1, he was playing that song African Diamonds. Pablo Juan, before he called himself Hood Rich, was called NPA. That's Pee Wee Longway's set, Money, Powers, and Ammunition. He was calling himself NPA Pablo Juan. And he was on that when he got busy on that song, and that's kind of where I started my whole following. So, yeah, I got a lot of love for Pee Wee. Pee Wee be spinning that shit. All his Blue Eminem albums have been dope. His like I said, the MPA album, that was a dope one. So I fuck with Pee Wee. Pee Wee's one of the nicest ones out of Atlanta too. Yeah, that was a great album. I gotta bang that one. I forgot about that. I haven't been playing that. So good reminder on that. And then to round out all these topics, I want to take a quick moment and sad time in American history and Black history, in the civil rights movement history. We lost a legend, an icon, an absolute warrior, a hero. Condolences to the family, and rest in peace to my man Dick Gregory. Absolute legend. He died at the age of 84. For those of you that aren't familiar with Dick Gregory, he got his start. He did a 15-minute tryout at the Hugh Hefner Club in Chicago, at the Playboy Club, and he's kind of took off from there. And he's been pivotal in the whole civil rights movement for probably the last 40 or 50 years. I don't know exactly, but a substantial amount of time. And being an activist and really pushing for our rights. Just an absolute hero. I don't really. There's so much I could say about Dick Gregory. I did some research, just trying to find some interesting facts about him. Some of the things that he's done, something I didn't know, and a lot of us probably didn't know unless you were old enough to remember. Dick Gregory ran for president back in 1968 under the Peace and Freedom Party against the notorious racist and pro-segregation candidate George Wallace. I feel like he was the governor of Alabama. I don't know. I didn't look that part up, and excuse me if I'm incorrect. But I know he was bigger in the political game back in the late '60s. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he was governor of Alabama. But obviously Dick Gregory didn't win. But that was something that I didn't know. And Dick Gregory's done tons of interviews about possible conspiracies and things that have happened behind the scenes, whether it's the political arena, the Hollywood industry, the music industry. Like I said, man, just condolences and rest in peace to Dick Gregory, man. We definitely lost a legend, a hero. It's a sad day.
Oh yeah. Like I didn't know all of that, but I did know him from his conspiracy videos and his civil rights thing. So it was real sad to see a leader like that go.
Yes. Yep.
Rest in peace, Dick Gregory.
Just had to take that moment, to show acknowledgement. And these are the things that we have to do, man. His name has to live on. His message, his legacy, especially in the turbulent times that we're living in. We got a lot of turmoil, a lot of stress. The country's divided, a lot of hostility, and we're gonna talk about that in another episode. But just like I said, man, to rest in peace to Dick Gregory, and my condolences to the family. And with that note, I want to take a quick little side note and do a little shameless plug. It's been unpopular in some of my constituents, but I don't give a damn. So I need you to hit that like button. I need you to subscribe to what we got going on. And I also need you to know that I got a consignment operation through through eBay. And you need to follow me on Twitter. And I'm going to give the quick little rundown. My consignment operation is called Capital Consignment World. And the reason why it's called the World, I got all types of items, sports novelty, high-end designer fashion, video games, movies, whatever you want. And if I don't got it and it's something you're looking for, I probably can find it. So case in point, I just want to, because it's related to our whole little sports setup that we got going on, I'm selling this hat. This hat is going out Monday. I'll get a good look at that. Right there, that's an iconic logo you're looking at right there. That's the Miami Hurricanes Sebastian. That's their mascot. They don't use them enough, in my opinion. But this is a dope hat. I'm about to be shipping this out. So shout out to my man. I'm sending it down to Florida. That's going there. And then also, I think this one is really cool. And I'm going to give a quick little side note. So, in this right here, this iconic logo, real familiar in Michigan. We know what this one is. This is beautiful, ain't it? Shout out to my Red Wings, man. Shout out to Steve Eiserman. Shout out to Chris Chelios. Shout out to the legendary Larry Murphy. And I'm going to explain that in another episode. But right here, we got a nice little Reebok hoodie. I'm about to send this to Russia on Monday. So that's what I mean by the world, man. Whatever you want, if I can get a hold of it, man, we'll make it happen. And we'll send it all over the world. And what's awesome about this, in light of all the issues and stuff with the name saying Russia, I don't want to get that misconstrued. But there ultimately can be business being done. But what's awesome about this is the Russia-Detroit connection is very pivotal, and it's important to our legacy. If majority of our players in the 1990s, the reason that we won all those Stanley Cups with Scotty Bowman is pivotal because of the Russia 5 or the Red Army. So shout out to Russia, man. Sergei Fedorov, Igor Larionov, Konstantinov. We've had a lot of legends on our team and we've been one of the anchors as far as going with these international players, and it's been pivotal in our success. So shout out to my man. It's going out Monday, and it's going all the way to Russia. So like I said, man, hit me up on my page. It's under Anwar926, and my Twitter handle. I don't be looking at my Twitter, so I got to check it out in the meantime. Oh man, somebody might have hit me up. Probably not. But I got an alert, like somebody hit me up, no followers. So I need some followers. But my page is, what is that thing that, is it at? Is that what it's called? At, yeah. So at Consign World. Follow your boy and keep in tune with what we got going on. We got more heat coming. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all taking the time, man. You got something to say?
Yeah, leave the link in the description below.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I have to teach you about millennials and how to work everything.
Yes, I do. But you know what's funny? I'm the millennial. I'm the first year of millennials. I graduated in 2000, and I'm an 80s baby, but I have no idea what the hell's going on. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll teach you how to use a computer.
Yeah, because I probably sounded like just an absolute caveman.
We go buy avocados.
Yeah. I do know my avocado game. Guacamole game is on point. But that's a whole nother topic. We'll do that. If you want to know my avocado recipe, we can do that too. But on another note, man, I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. And we're going to come back with another podcast at a later time. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Y'all take it easy, man. Say bye, Keith. All right, y'all take care.